At 70, Denzel Washington stands as one of the greatest actors in cinematic history, a man whose presence commands respect, whose performances have inspired generations, and whose career has been defined by dignity, discipline, and unmatched talent. But behind the brilliance and accolades lies a story of struggle, loss, and personal pain that few truly understand. His journey to success was not paved with ease or privilege, and even in his later years, the challenges he has faced reveal a deeply human side of a Hollywood legend who has carried the weight of greatness and grief with grace. Born in Mount Vernon, New York in 1954, Denzel Washington grew up in a home marked by faith but also by hardship. His parents' separation when he was just a teenager shaped him profoundly. Denzel has often said that it was that moment, watching his family break apart, that forced him to grow up faster than most. It was a crossroads, he once said. I could have gone one way or the other. Instead of falling into despair, he turned toward discipline and purpose, finding solace in his mother's faith and the belief that he was meant for something greater. But the road to success was long and lonely. Before he became a household name, Denzel faced rejection after rejection. He was told he didn't have the right look, the right style, or even the right voice. Yet, he refused to bend to the industry's narrow expectations. His commitment to integrity, choosing roles that uplifted rather than degraded, often cost him opportunities early in his career. I wasn't going to play just anything, he said. I wanted my work to mean something. That moral compass would later define him, but it came with sacrifice. Even after he achieved fame, the cost of being Denzel Washington, the man the world expected to be perfect, was immense. Behind his commanding presence lay a quiet man who often kept his emotions to himself. Those close to him say he carried a deep sense of responsibility to his family, to his community, and to the image he represented. That pressure weighed heavily, especially as he grew older and began to see the toll that fame and expectations had taken on his personal life. One of the most heartbreaking aspects of Denzel's journey has been his relationship with time, the awareness that no matter how powerful or successful he became, he could not escape life's inevitable losses. Over the years, he has mourned friends, mentors, and colleagues, people like Chadwick Boseman, whom he quietly helped early in his career. It breaks your heart, he said in an interview. You want to protect the next generation, but life has its own plan. Each loss seemed to remind him of life's fragility and the fleeting nature of fame. Then came the challenge of aging in an industry that rarely shows compassion to its icons. As Denzel reached 70, fans began to notice the changes. The slower walk, the quieter demeanor, and the introspection that now defines his rare public appearances. Though he remains as sharp and passionate as ever, he has admitted that growing older has forced him to face his own mortality. You start looking back more than you look forward, he said. You think about the people who aren't here anymore, and you start to realize how precious it all is. Yet, perhaps the most tragic part of Denzel Washington's story isn't loss or age, it's the loneliness that comes with being the best. In interviews, he has hinted that the isolation of fame can be painful. People see the awards, the movies, the success, he once said, but they don't see the silence when you go home. Despite being a devoted husband and father, he has always been a deeply private man, carrying much of his emotional weight alone. His silence, his composure, and his restraint, the very traits that make him admirable, have also been his burden. And yet, through every heartbreak, Denzel Washington continues to embody grace, humility, and purpose. He remains deeply spiritual, often saying that his faith has guided him through every storm. I've had everything and lost some things, he reflected, but God's never left me. His story is not just one of tragedy, but of perseverance, of a man who faced pain and pressure without ever losing his sense of self. At 70, Denzel Washington's life is both a triumph and a tragedy, a portrait of brilliance shadowed by the price of greatness. His struggles remind us that even legends bleed, that behind every award and performance lies a man who has endured heartbreak, loss, and the quiet ache of time. And yet, perhaps that's what makes his legacy so powerful. Denzel Washington didn't just play heroes, he lived like one, with strength in silence and dignity in every fall.